Hello everyone. In this video, I would like to show you how you can scrape Google Maps with Make.com and a couple of other tools in order to be able to cold call or cold email local businesses you can find listed on Google Maps. So for this, I watched a bunch of videos and I ended up building my own system. It's a system that's composed of 3 stages. Let me show you quickly. So I did this because scraping in general is not something that happens instantly. So it needs some time to do and finish. And because of this, I need 3 stages. So in order to be able to let everything finish, then pick up. So in the first stage, what I'm doing is I have a database of cities in the United States. You can do any location in this world, but for this example, I'm using this file with cities in the United States. I don't remember where I downloaded it from, but it's called US Cities as I got it. So basically it has the top cities in the United States by population. So I chose population over 5,000 people, and it's going up to whatever, which is New York, 18 million people. So this is so you don't just go and grab like everybody else does, go grab the leads from New York, Miami, and a couple of cities, but you can decide to just go somewhere in the middle, like target cities with populations around, I don't know, 25,000 people or something like that. And this happens so this is so you don't get to email the same leads as everybody else, and it's pretty nice. So in this data set, I added a couple of columns. One is status, which gives me the possibility to filter the cities I have scraped or I want to scrape. So for me, 0 means don't touch me, 1 means you can grab it, 2 means it finished, and then 3 means it downloaded the leads from Apify. I'll show you. And then I have the city and the state, which are being used to effectively send the request to Apify, so it's able to search inside of Google Maps for these guys. And then the population is used to be able to filter. And then I have this column called grab, which tells me how many records to grab. 1,000 is pretty much enough for any kind of location you can think of. And then I have the keyword, which of course tells Google Maps what to look for. And I'll show you a couple of examples I have in here at the bottom. So the automation looks like this. It's very, very simple. What it does is it scans for records inside of the Google Sheets where the status equals 1, and it only grabs the top 10. So whenever I want to scrape, I don't just go and grab everything I can find. I have the list in here and say, okay, let me see, I want plumbers from a city that's like 5,000 people, just so because I'm here already. And I'm going to copy the keyword, let's say in the say Millen, Illinois, and say plumber. I'm using the quotes and the brackets, so I'm able to type multiple keywords. Let me say also electrician. So it's right now it's going to search for both. And my automation is going to check for a slot that needs to be fetched, say in this case Milan, and then it's going to launch the actor from inside of Apify, and then flag the Google Sheets as done with the status equals 2, of course, and with the data sheet ID. So sorry. So this goes, in here. So this default dataset ID comes from here, and it's basically where I can go afterwards and look for the results. And you'll see this happens because Apify sometimes can take like seconds to finish a scraping job, and sometimes will take minutes. And Make.com has a limit. I think it's 300 seconds. I'm not sure, but it definitely has a limit. So what you can do is launch multiple jobs and just come later, or just have this run every 15 minutes. And if a job is finished, then you can grab the results. But anyway, so what this does is it looks for a job, it starts the job, and then it flags the job. And let me show you how. So I flagged it as available, as to be started, and then I'm going to click on run once, and you'll see it found it already, the job is started. And if I go to Apify already starting the crawler, and you'll see you won't see the dataset ID in here. It's somewhere in the address bar. So it got a couple of results already, 5 results. I'm not sure where to look for it. All fields, nope. Storage. Dataset ID. Yeah, so the dataset ID is going to be populated in here. So you see it's the same one. GZ blah blah blah. Then I'm going to jump into stage number 2, which is this should say number 1, and this should say number 2. So this is finished, and now you're leaving the Google Maps extractor run and do its job. And then when it's finished, which may take a while, for now it's at 1 minute and 23 seconds. And it's done. Now you can jump to job number 2, which will obviously look for records where the status is 2. And for each of the records, go to Apify, grab the results, add it to another Google Sheet, and then flag it as done. So the other Google Sheet looks like this. You have the status, which I'm going to explain what it does, and then you have the same data, state, city, the data set ID, so I can keep track from where I got it, the name of the company as it was found on Google Maps. And then you have also the category name, also from Google Maps, the address, the website, and then the phone number. I've hidden these so I don't expose any private data. But the point is, you got the results from Google Maps. And then from here, you can either, if you want to, you can call these businesses, or you can move a step further and use a software like Animal Finder to find their email addresses. And let me show you how step 2 works. So as I was saying, this is going to pull the records from the results from Apify and send them to Google Sheets. And let me try this and run it once. And as you can see, is pulling data already. And let me go to the other sheet. As you can see, it got quite a few already. Let me see if it finished. Yeah. Let me try running it once more. It found another. Yeah, so these are from Texas. I probably started it earlier. So You got electricians, plumbers, contractors, septic system service. I don't know what this is, but you get the point. So at this point, we managed to, let me get back to Miro. I did this schema, this wireframe in Miro. So we managed to launch a job, send it to Apify, flag it as done, wait for Apify to finish. You can do this like start the jobs now and can come back an hour later and let it finish, or you can have the automation run every hour, and you can have these delayed, but I'm doing it manually because you just need to click like a few times per day and you're done. So it doesn't necessarily need to be fully automated, because I like to spend the time and kind of look at the data and figure out what's happening, or if anything goes sideways and doesn't work like I want to. So, and since this is also experimental, sometimes I need to keep an eye on it. So if you want to fully automate it, you can. I'm just not doing it for now. And then the last step, so we finished stage 1 and stage 2, where we got all of the leads. Then in stage 3, also very, very simple. What it's going to do is to grab the leads that have a website and use Email Finder to grab the email and then put them back. And to do this, basically what you want to do is you want to filter from inside of Google Sheets. You can do this also inside of the Make, inside of the workflow inside of Make. But I prefer not to do it that way, because it's really just one filter and one click. What you need to do is to just click in here and filter the ones that are zeros, and these statuses are up to you to use. It depends on you. I prefer to use these statuses. And what I'm doing now is setting everything to 1, and from except the ones that don't have a website. Yeah, sorry, I had to resume because the blanks option was not in here. So I'm selecting the blanks and flagging all of these as 3 or whatever you want them to be, so it skips them. And now if I select everything back again and look at the ones that are zeros, that are 1, except the 5s. Make is going to try to find all of these and grab an email for them. And let's see if it works. So what it does is, again, going to grab the leads with status 1, launch a job in Email Finder to find them, and then put them inside of Google Sheets. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so it already, it takes a while. I mean, it's not instant, it's almost instant. It takes quite a few seconds, and eventually it's going to find something. So for this one, it didn't find anything. For this one, it did find some Brian guy, then another one, then a blank one, then another blank one, then it found an email, then another one. Yeah, so as you can see, it does the job. It's pretty fast, and it's also very cheap because Google Maps Extractor took exactly 3 cents to find all of these. And then we used a couple of requests with make.com and a couple of requests with Email Finder. But basically, it's very cheap to find leads this way. And you don't even if you want to just call businesses, you don't even need email addresses. You can just use the phone number as you can find it inside of Google Maps. So these are the 3 flows I'm currently using to find basically any kind of leads you want to inside of Google Maps, and it works pretty well. Let me know in the comments if this tutorial was clear, and if you missed anything, or if you want me to expand on anything, or to do any kind of video with automations. Oh, and another thing, I tried to do this exact thing with N8N.com. I like to call it Nathan.com, and this is basically the first flow. So as you can see, inside of Make, it only has 3 nodes, whereas inside of Nathan it has 7 nodes. And this happens because it's I find N8N to be more powerful, but just a bit more clunky to work with. Like, you don't have this kind of nodes inside of Make where you just run a pure if-else statement like you can do when writing code. Also, if you want to set fields, you kind of have to. You can do it right in the scanner where you query Google Sheets. You have to do it prior. So you have, for example, the name of the sheet, you have it in here, and you also have it in here, because if you only hard code it in here, you can't pull it in the other node. So you would need to hard code it in both places. Whereas with Make, I could just enter it in here and be able to use it in the last node as well. So Make.com gives you the possibility to use the inputs as well as the outputs in other nodes, which is pretty nice. But I remember I tried to create an automation with Make where I had an if-else statement through a router, and I wanted to merge back the branches. Basically, I wanted to check if a folder existed or not, and to create it if it didn't exist, to be able to place a file in there. And because of that, I had to have basically two identical branches running from that point onwards, which is kind of dumb. And this is what got me into Nathan. Yeah, so and also it seems to have less integrations. I'm not sure. I didn't count them. I just wanted to fire request to Apify, and I couldn't, and I had to rely on the HTTP request, which was a pain in the ass to set up. Basically, I was able to do everything much faster inside of Make.com. So only 3 nodes, and this is not about only about the nodes. It's also about how you can connect to Google with N8N. You need to go inside of your Google Cloud and give some permissions and grab the auth links from there, and only then you're able to connect to Google. So it's kind of scratching your left ear with the right arm. But once you get it going, it seems to be more powerful, and you can do much more with it. So yeah, this is my first automation. No, actually, this is my second automation. I had another one that writes copy automatically. So If you want to check that out, check my other video on this channel, and let me know in the comments if you want me to create other automations and what to include in them. And yeah, let me know.